1 minute to showtime. Please hit your share button now. 1 minute to showtime. Here's the brand new video from Hot Sauce Willie's and Brad Bishop.
Somebody told me that the sauce from Burns and McCoy Escoresco would possess me.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. This is a Sunday night, it's 8 o'clock, and I want to thank Hot Sauce Willie's for sponsoring tonight. They've done a great job for the last 4 shows. I really want to thank Aaron over at Hot Sauce Willie's and Brad for doing a great job on all these videos. And I want to thank everybody for joining in. Hey there, Scott. I appreciate it. Scott from Facebook. Tom, James, Ike, Clark. Clark, I'm talking to Clark. Clark's going to be on the show tonight. We got Clark Word from Helena Pepper Company, and this is his 2nd anniversary. So we're going to be getting right into Clark here in a minute. But I want to remind everybody that coming up is the Tasting the Heat Inferno Fest. That is Sunday, October 22nd. And if anybody would like to get involved in that and you want to be a vendor or if you want to show up, drop me a line and I'll give you all the information for that. We've started getting that stuff in and ready to go. So I just want to thank everybody for that. And let's move on over to Clark right now. And let me get him up on the screen. There we go. Hey, Clark, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
We got a lot of people on tonight. We got Marianne from Angry Irishman and Austin, Chelsea from the Etch and Sketch Glassworks. I got right here. We got a lot of people on. I think I seen Canoe Gator Steve from the Hot Sauce Holsters. We've got a lot of people watching tonight. You're a famous guy. You are the legend. So the man, the legend, the sauce, right?
Yeah. I figured a couple people get a kick out of that anyway.
Oh, I loved it. It was awesome. I got to tell everybody, Clark made the intro of or made the video for the ad, the teaser this week, and he did a fantastic job. I couldn't have done a job that good, so I ran with it. It was fantastic. You did a great job, and I want to thank you for that.
Oh, thank you. Not a problem. So
you are in Helena, Alabama, correct?
Yep.
And this is your 2nd anniversary show, and I think I tried your sauce right at the very beginning when you started, towards the beginning, and that was with your original sauce, and it just blew me away. I absolutely loved it, and you and I have been friends ever since then, and I just want to tell you, looking at what you've done in 2 years, and we're going to get into this and talk about all the different places that you've been in, all the different restaurants and stores and everything. You are just exploding from that one sauce, moving it into the extra hot, now the 2nd year anniversary super hot special edition. And then you got your Saber Doroso. How do you say it? I'm going to mess.
Savor Dorado.
Savor like Dorado. Like in El Dorado, absolutely. And you sent me a sample of that when you were kind of got into a competition with that. And that sauce is so absolutely fantastic. And I want to talk to you about what's going to be happening with that. So how are you doing tonight, Clark?
I'm doing great. We're just trying to stay dry here. It's been like a monsoon season this year here in Alabama. So kind of unusual.
Oh, really? Okay. And but that's great weather and temperature for growing peppers down there, though, isn't it?
It is to a certain point. Once you get so much water, I've actually lost some plants this year.
Okay, so they're getting a little drowned out?
Yeah.
Okay. You'll be all right to make your sauces?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah. It's
okay.
got that. That's been covered for 2 years
No.
now.
All right. So explain to everybody. This is your second anniversary. Where have you came from, and where you're at today with all your sauces? Because it's a phenomenal story.
Well, it all really kind of started back in the fall of 2013. A friend of mine gave me 5 Carolina Reapers, and I was like, I've got to grow some of these. And then 2014, of course, I got seed and I started growing them, but I got a late start. So come the fall of 2014, I only had a couple of peppers from them, but the plants were all in pots, so I put them in a greenhouse. Spring of 2015, this greenhouse is busting at the seams, and I'm like, what am I going to do with all these pepper plants? And I still don't have a clue as to what kind of production they're going to put out. And actually, let me back up. There's Carolina Reapers and Naga Vipers that I was growing.
Okay.
And so I gave away a bunch of the plants. I kept 35 to 40 of them for myself. And I get them in the ground, and by mid-July, I'm picking 17 to 20, 25 pounds of peppers every 3 to 5 days.
Wow.
I mean, it's going nuts. And so in June of 2015, the same person who had given me the peppers back in the fall of 2013, I tell him, I'm like, what am I going to do with all this? And he's like, make sauce. And so I start looking at some recipes that I wanted to play around with. And I wanted something simple. And I get this one recipe, and I'm like, this could work. And I show it to my mom. And of course, I needed to upscale it. And I've shown it to her because I didn't understand about upscaling stuff quite yet. And she's like, you should add this, you should add this, you should add this. And so with that, we made my first test batch, but I used cayenne so I wouldn't waste my super hots, because I still at the time didn't have a clue that they were going to keep producing like they were producing at the time. And so we got the basic formula for the sauce down, but she, of course, with the cayenne, I'd put too much in there, and she said I needed to tone it down, and I said, well, I just need to go ahead and swap over the type of peppers that I'm using. And this is all over about a 3-week period. And at the time, I was using I was registered with Department of Agriculture for the state of Alabama. And the grower's permit, of course, has a gray area about what you can and cannot legally do. And nobody with the Department of Agriculture would tell me I couldn't make sauce. Because all the farmers markets were like, yeah, you can make it as long as you have produced in a non-commercial kitchen on the label. Where the gray area really came in was in the wording. It says I could sell at farmers markets, non-charitable events, and civic events. So I called them up and I said, well, if I go do a trade show at the Civic Center, it has the word civic in it. Are y'all going to consider that a civic event? And the guy's like, I don't think so, but he still couldn't tell me yes or no. So third weekend of July had came, and as a matter of fact, that's this weekend 2 years ago. First time I sold to the general public, it was at a outdoor trade show, 109-degree heat index.
Whoa!
I mean, I just, it about killed me. But I sold about $250 worth of sauce in that kind of heat.
Now did that shock you when you first sold your first bottles? There was it like, I've got something now?
Well, from the flavor, I had played with it, on some foods and stuff, and I thought I had something. So when I got those sales, it kind of boosted my confidence a little bit.
Right, and I don't mean
But
shock you as in, I can't believe I got this, but I mean, I can't imagine the first time you sell something, the feeling that you get that people enjoy it.
oh yeah, I had a great feeling about it, but at the same time, I was so new to it and overwhelmed by all of it. Matter of fact, this same weekend 2 years ago, there was another guy out there, and he was selling sauce, and he had, I don't know, 8 to 10 different sauces, and has his own commercial kitchen. And of course, I'm down there picking his brain as much as I can. And this is where I'm learning about, well, if I'm going to go anywhere with this, you got to go get in a commercial kitchen, permitted with the health department, registered at the FDA, the whole 9 yards. And of course, that goes back to the gray area about civic events as well with the Department of Agriculture. And so I get back from that weekend, and I talked to some more people with the Department of Agriculture, and they're like, well, you could try cottage industry. Well, our cottage industry laws in this state does not allow for sauces or salsa. And so it took me all of 5 minutes to figure out at that point, we've got to find a commercial kitchen.
Right.
Thank goodness for Google. Because I jump on Google, and there's a place called Chef's Workshop. It's 4 commercial kitchens under one roof.
Nice.
And of course, it's an FDA registered food processing facility. It's also a commissary for food trucks. Currently, there's probably about 30 businesses working out of there.
Wow, so you got to really pick your time to get in there.
Well, I don't, because I like working at night. And most of these people, they're in there working during the day.
Okay.
So it doesn't really affect me that much. And of course, the guy that owns it, he, kind of held my hand and walked me through the health department permitting process. And then once I had my initial inspection, well, of course, by that time, I'd already had to send the sauce off to Auburn University to be pH tested.
Right.
And, I've done all kinds of stuff that they wanted done, and label approval. And then, of course, when he's signing off on my paperwork, he sits down and says, now, I'm not the FDA police, but says, here's the paperwork. You need to go get registered with the FDA, and blah, 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 so on and so on. And so from the third weekend of July 2015 to the first weekend of September, I went from selling in a 109-degree heat index to being in a commercial kitchen. And it was really happening so fast. I mean, because I sold that one weekend in July, I went back to the same location for the third weekend in August and sold. And then September, I'm now dealing with the health department and getting the permit and in the commercial kitchen. And I'm booking shows for the end of September, all of October, November, December. And of course, they're going, these shows were requiring that you be made out of a commercial kitchen anyway.
Right.
So things were just falling into place for the future that I had no clue was coming. Like October that same year, I wind up in Lynchburg, Tennessee at the Kansas City Barbecue Society World Championships at Jack Daniels selling sauce. I've only been making sauce at this point, July, August, September, 3 months.
Right.
4 months.
So them 3-4 months has been a whirlwind of getting your feet wet to being legitimate. and coming out with a sauce that people just absolutely love. And I'm just reading some of the comments here, and there's so many great comments. Saying how great your sauce is in, and I think Guerrero said your powders are hot, and because you sent me some of your powders too, and they are just absolutely amazing. Now, does your powders do you sell them commercially or not? Did we freeze up?
The bucks are kind of yeah, there it goes.
Okay.
The powders, originally that was what I was going to do, was sell powders,
Okay.
not sauce. But out here in the general public, they just don't understand why somebody would charge $15 for an ounce of powder. They don't realize a year from now, they're still going to have it, because most people out here in the general public don't eat stuff like Ike drones. I know Ike's on here watching.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or Francis Champery. I mean, some of these people in these groups can just eat stuff that's so blazing, it's just mind-boggling.
Oh, absolutely.
But out here in the general public, the majority of people you run across can't do that. That is one thing I love doing at the shows. I'll keep a little jar of powder with me, and it's a Carolina Reaper Naga Viper blend.
Right.
And I'll have somebody that they'll try my hot version, which to me is about a medium, but to most in the general public it's a hot. And I'll have one person that'll come by and they'll try, oh, that's not that hot. Well, I tell you what, if you buy a bottle of it, I will give you some of this, and you can go home and make it as hot as you want. I said, but first, you got to try it. And I'll take a toothpick, I'll dip it in water, I'll dip it in powder. And if they're being nice and polite and everything, I'll tell them to tip it to their tongue, not do what we call chicken wing it, where they stick it in their mouth and go like that.
You're evil.
Yeah. That's what my mom says too. But yeah, if they're being a jerk, hey, chicken wing it. Go for it, And then I've even sit there and watch guys and their girlfriends just go, well, you asked for it.
Yeah.
When you're,
Yeah.
And they did ask for it, but, so no, I don't sell the powders. I really enjoy giving them away to people that I know would use that enjoy that kind of thing.
Well, you gave me some of your powders, and they're fantastic. And matter of fact, I use them very sparingly myself, and I'm sprinkling them on different foods and stuff. And they're fantastic powders. You do a great job with them.
Well, thank you. Like I said, I don't sell them. I do take a lot of pride in making them.
Sure.
And they're really just mainly for enjoyment of giving them to others. And then sometimes I'll run a special on my sauces, and I'll include a sample pack.
Nice.
Of powder.
Nice.
In there. So that's really all I do with them.
So now you've got your sauces ready. You're a legitimate maker. You're starting to hit all these shows. You from what I've talked to you in the past, it just started exploding. People wanting your sauce, and then people wanted a little bit hotter one. Is that correct?
Well, what happened was around March of 2015. No, excuse me, March of 2016. I sent you sauce.
Right.
And asked you if you would do a review of it for me. And, of course, you didn't know me. I didn't know you. I had checked you out quite a bit at that point, though. Because, there's a lot of people out here that say they do sauce reviews. And then there are people out here that really do sauce reviews. And so I sent you the sauce. And, of course, you loved it.
Oh.
And
absolutely.
And Bill Moore got sauce, and he liked it pretty well. Some people don't like sweet, but
right.
He still gave it 8 on flavor. And So y'all were the only two I sent sauce to. And then July of 2016 got here, and I said, hey, I said, this is my 1 year anniversary. Would you like to help me do a contest? And we'll do a special edition, and I'll make it hotter. And at that point, I had no intention of putting that version into production. But all my customers from all these festivals and shows that I had done up to this point that follow me on Facebook, of course, they see the contest. They see the hotter version that, was mainly offered to the different Facebook groups that we're involved in. And they're like, oh, we want that too. I'm like,
Yeah.
but y'all all said the other version was fine. And let me back up on that. Back to before I met you, I went to an event called the Big Pig Jig in Vienna, Georgia. And I did that in November 2015. And it is the last pro class competition of the year from Memphis Barbecue Network. And at that point, I was still unsure of myself in this business. And my sauce scored 9.6 out of 10 against barbecue sauces. But to be in that sauce competition, I had to be in a cooking competition. They wanted whole pig, shoulder, or ribs. Well, I didn't have a smoker big enough to do a whole pig. I don't like shoulders. I'd like doing pork butts, and I'd never cooked ribs in my life before. I took and traded sauce. Matter of fact, this is my first retail location that I got into. A place called Werner's Trading Company in Coleman, Alabama. I traded him sauce for a Weber 22.5-inch Smoky Mountain bullet smoker.
Nice.
I bring it home. Never cooked ribs. I did one rack of ribs on it, loaded it up with charcoal and wood, and this is 2 weeks before the competition. And I let it burn all night long, trying to get it seasoned. The next week, I did the same thing, just made some adjustments on the ribs. And then I go to Georgia, and I took a friend of mine from high school that I cook out with some, and we try to decide, what are we going to do about these ribs? We take 6 racks of ribs, put them in a container, bury them in this sauce, then bury that container in ice. Then the next day when the smoker is up, I pull the ribs out, brush all the sauce off, smoke them for 1 hour, let them get good and smoky. Then I pull them off, let them rest for 15 minutes, put each one in its own foil, fill it up with sauce, close them up, throw them on there, steamed them in the sauce for 4 hours.
Ooh.
Pulled them back off, let them rest for 15 minutes, brush all the sauce off, hit them with smoke again for 45 minutes. My 3 individual judges, 10 out of 10, 9.9 out of 10, 9.8 out of 10. And the judge, and you have to present each judge a complete rack of ribs, even though they're only going to eat 2 or 3 ribs, because they got other people to go judge.
Sure.
Well, the judge that gave me the 10, of course, he devoured half a rack and then said, oh, I got to stop. So at that point, I knew I had something going. So fast forward to July of 2016, I had no intentions of making another version of the sauce, except for when we did the contest. And even then, it wasn't until September 2016 that I offered that sauce to the general public. And September, of course, is the beginning of the fall festival season. And I did a little venue down in a town called Wilsonville, Alabama. It's like population 1,398. And I'm not expecting to do a whole lot down there. But, it was like a $30 vending fee. You'll be there for 5 hours, and it's easy way to start the fall festival season without killing myself. And so I take sauce down there, and I take as many cases that of the original that I took this new hot, and bam, I almost sold out of what I carried with me down there. The hot was selling just as well as the original, and so ever since then, and that's just it. They've been pretty neck and neck. it's now here we are, and it's the second year anniversary of in 27, and we're in 2017, and we're now going to. I say I'm not going to offer it publicly. I'm already getting. I've already got orders coming in from the Facebook groups from
Nice.
everybody that, because there's a lot of people out there that try the sauce in the groups that like my sauce. They just want it hotter.
Right.
And from the original to the hot, I increased the amount of pepper that I use by 7 times. And from the hot to this version is now double what the hot is.
Wow.
And it still retains the flavor for a few minutes. And then that heat really starts coming in. I got to test. I made my first batch of it last week, and I did 1 spoonful test on it, and I didn't want to test any more of it.
Well, I can't wait to try it, because you know that I took both of your sauces to 103 for their Cinco de Mayo day.
Yes.
Johnny Burke went absolutely crazy for it. So did everybody else in the studio. It seems like everybody that I take your sauces to just absolutely go nuts. And I've took 2 of your sauces, and it's going to be in my 10,000 follower giveaway that I just looked a little bit ago, and we're only like, I think it's like 140 away or 130 away from doing this giveaway, and I was so happy that I could include your sauces in that giveaway, because I'm hoping someone gets it who's never tried it before, because I know they're going to fall in love with it, because your sauces are just absolutely amazing, and I'm waiting for that super hot, and I think that's going to be a great seller for you also.
Yeah, call me the pessimist, I guess, because the original Antilla Dill in Georgia with the barbecue competition stuff, I still questioned and doubted myself. And then the hotter version, well, I still questioned and doubted myself, but I'm not doing that so much with this version, because I guess there's a lot of people that are hitting me up on Facebook,
right,
going, we want this sauce. I've had people message me, I'll take a bottle now. I don't even got to wait on labels. So I'm like, no, we got to wait on labels. So I think it'll do good in the groups. Now, how will it do in the general public? I don't know. That's still to be seen.
I think you'll be surprised. I have no doubt if it has anything the taste of your other 2. I mean, I know people are going to love it. It's an absolutely great sauce. And you know what? Why don't we do one? You're going to do 2 contests tonight. Why don't we do one right now? Because I know there's some people on here saying they can't wait for it. Ike is saying that. Arthur says he loves your sauce. Chelsea is on there. She can't wait for it. I mean, there's so many people on here. Cassandra, I'm really happy at how many people are on here watching the show tonight. And they want to definitely get a chance to be first to try one of the super hot. Let's do one of your first contests, and they're going to get all 3 of your sauces, the original, the hot, and the super hot. And go ahead and give the criteria for the first question, and we'll go with that one, and we'll continue on with the story. Okay.
So for the first giveaway tonight, the first person to answer this correctly, from the year 2000 to the year 2015, the hot sauce industry grew by what percentage?
All right.
I hope they don't think that's too tough.
From 2000 to 2015, the hot sauce industry grew by what percentage? So go ahead and give us some answers there now. And Clark's going to be watching this because he's got the answer. I don't. So if he sees your answer on there, you're going to win the first set of prizes. So we see a lot of good answers here. 78%, 25, 56, 100, 750%, 400. People are guessing, Clark, and
yes, I see that.
Cindy just joined us. Cindy has got a great sauce. I just reviewed hers. It's a fantastic sauce. It's good. It's really good on fish tacos and stuff like that. Cindy, thank you for joining us. Dennis Sands, thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate you joining in. And people are still guessing here. So have you seen anybody get the answer yet?
No, I will say this. There was one person that came close. Colby Briggs just got it.
Okay. Fantastic, Kobe. Kobe, if you want to send me your name and address, or send it to Clark or to the Helena Pepper Company, we'll make sure that gets out to you. And guys, I know you're still guessing, but I tell you what, we're going to have another contest in a little bit. Hey, Jim, how you doing? So stick around. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you about is your second sauce. You were saying you might possibly have a way to start making that one.
Yeah, that sauce. Did you want me to go into the history, how that came about?
Yeah, let's do a little short history about it. Sure.
All right. There was a group, I can't even remember the name of it anymore, that I used to belong to on Facebook, and there was a sauce contest in there. And so I entered the sauce contest, and if you won, I think you got, it was a medium flat rate box full of super hot peppers and a quart, I think it was, of a super hot powder.
Oh, you know what, Clark? Hold on just a second. I forgot. I don't know what the answer was. You said Kobe won it, but I don't know what it was.
The answer is 150%.
Okay, 150%. Thank you. I'm sorry. I should have asked that. So you get this box.
10% a year for 15 years.
Nice. So you get this box. It's kind of like Chopped, where they give you a box and you got to make a sauce out of it.
So, well, no, this was the prizes that they were giving us.
Okay, I'm sorry.
The sauce was, you got to make something using guava.
Okay.
So, and the thing, this was another one of those, wow, you're onto something moments for me. Because at the time, one of the people I competed against is a well-known sauce maker. And I hope he's watching because I love ribbing him. But he, of course, I won the contest. And I just wanted to know, he had told me a while back that he didn't have time to develop a sauce. He just threw something together. I just wanted to know that I didn't develop a sauce either. I just threw something together.
Boom, boom, boom.
What I did, and I hope he's watching because I want him to hear this. All I did was I took my regular sauce and I swapped out the peaches and the pineapple for guava and mango. I swapped out the distilled white vinegar for apple cider vinegar. I swapped out the molasses for honey. I increased the roasted red bell pepper, the ground cumin, the ground ginger, and I swapped out the pepper blend from the Carolina Reaper and Naga Viper to just straight up yellow chiguanas.
Well, I love that sauce. And I tell you what, if I had to say which one I like better between your regular one and that one, I don't know if I could do it. They are both that good. Amazing.
Well, I lean towards the Sabor a little bit, I think. And mainly because of the texture. I love that silky smooth texture that it produced.
Yes. Yes.
Otherwise, flavor, they're both so neck and neck. It's just really hard to say.
And I'm being serious. I mean, I just love them both. And that new one, I really hope that you get the chance to put that in production because that's just a fantastic sauce. I just can't say enough about both of them. They're amazing sauces. Now, being a 2-year anniversary, you've got something special going on that we're going to run a giveaway starting next Thursday through the weekend, and you've got something fantastic for people to give away. You want to share that with everybody?
Yes. All right. This right here, I don't know how well everybody can see this. this is one of the caskets that Jim Bell makes.
An amazing job he does.
Yes. The craftsmanship on them is unbelievable. Now, this one isn't finished. As you can see here, it's just, he's built it, but there's no paint. It's just no stain or anything. And I wanted to make mine a little bit special. So, and this one will get done like the one I'm about to show you. The one that you're giving away is this one right here. I don't know how well people can see.
That is a beautiful coffin.
Your edges have been taped off, and then stained, and then of course the tape had to come back off, and then stain can get up under the tape, so I had to go back and sand and clean these. So you have this striping. I guess everybody can see that pretty good.
Yes.
So you're doing a contest on Tasting the Heat. That will be this coffin with 1 5-ounce bottle of the Super Hot Edition.
Wow. Nice.
And that is that one. Then the second one, I'm going to stain it just like this one. And it will be given away for the Love a Hot Sauce group.
Great.
That group is probably the most active group that I'm in. We all came to that group from another group that was ran by a disturbed person. And I'm going to leave it at that. And Melissa and Tom tried to get Facebook to give them control of that group, and they never could get it. So they just said, let's start a new one. And we all took off and went to that one. There's, I think, about 2,300 members in there now.
Nice. And what's the name of that one again?
For the Love of Hot Sauce.
For the Love of Hot Sauce. So if you guys want to go to For the Love of Hot Sauce on Facebook and join that group, and that way you're going to have 2 chances to win these fabulous coffins from Jim Bell that you have stained with your brand new Super Hot in it. And that's going to be the week after my giveaway?
Roughly. Right now there is currently a contest going on in there with one of the sauce makers.
Okay.
So until somebody wins that prize, obviously we can't start a second contest.
So it could possibly be during the same time, but just watch them both.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you're starting your contest
Thursday.
When?
Thursday.
Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing 2 weeks tops. That's normally about the length that the contests run in there.
Okay.
And I'll keep everybody up to date on it. I mean, if they're watching For the Love of Hot Sauce group, they'll know when the contest comes up, because they always get pinned to the top.
And I'm doing that now also, so that it makes it really easy for people to find it. That's a great idea.
So, yeah, I'd say that contest will probably happen in about 2 weeks. But, it's give or take. Like I said, we got to wait on the other one to finish it up.
Okay, Guillermo said that someone won today. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, so it's possible that you might be doing it before mine, so that would be great too. So either way, people are going to have 2 chances to win. And
actually, if somebody won today, no, we're going to wait. I'm letting yours go first.
Okay, that's not a problem. Yep, okay. Well, speaking,
I still have to stain this. That's going to take 3 or 4 days.
So definitely give it a little bit.
Yeah.
We've got a lot more people that joined us here a little bit. We got Enrique here. I seen we had Gunnar on here earlier. We had Teresa. Everybody, this is one of the best shows we've had, Clark, that everybody's been staying on. This is really great, and I think it's all because of you and your sauces, and your story is fantastic. So if everybody want to share that, hit the share button, because I know they can just jump in the middle here, but if they'll be able to see from the entirety, they'll be able to get this great story, and they'll understand what's going on with the Helena Pepper Company. And So hit the share button for Clark here. I'd really appreciate it. And why don't we do the second giveaway? Is that all right with you? Uh-oh. We may have froze up. Clark, did I lose you? Well, let's see here. I'm going to try to call Clark back. So, frozen. Yes. Yes, Tom, frozen. Okay, I'm going to hang up and try calling Clark back. So, hold on just a second, everybody. Let's see if we can't get him back on the show. All right, it's connecting right now. Uh-oh. Well, that's what you get with internet. There we go.
Got me?
There we go. Now we got you. We're back on. I didn't want to let people go. So
Yeah. Technology, isn't it great?
yeah.
Oh.
Canoe Gator said he got to see two of me because I was on the screen along with it because I was getting the camera from the phone. So hey, thanks, Steve. Okay, go ahead and give out the question for the second giveaway.
Okay. Second giveaway is the same prize as the first. One bottle each. The original, the hot, and the new Super Hot or second year anniversary edition. And the question is, by 2020, the hot sauce industry will be what?
Okay, by 2020, the hot sauce industry will be. Now, you want to give? Is this how big it will be, or what's the criteria?
Just what type of industry will it be by 2020? Let's call it that.
Okay. Okay.
That's going to throw some people.
I'm trying to get you back on full screen. I'm not sure. I think I'm doubling us now for some reason. This is great. Okay, so everybody, take a look at that, and whoops, I just lost it. There you are. Skype. I'm learning how to use this. All right, I guess I'm going to be on the screen with you. So, all right. So, and by 2020, the hot sauce industry will be what? Okay, we got the biggest, world's fastest growing industry, the ultimate highest demand. You want to give a little hint of where you're going with this?
Yeah. It will be then blank, and then the word industry. And think in terms of monetary.
Okay. Okay. So it's going to be a big, it's definitely going to be a big industry. So monetarily wise, what is the number? We got a lot of people looking right now. Okay, or answering right now on the stock market. Ike,
100 billion, yeah, man. I would love to see that.
Okay.
Nathan Hopkins got it.
Okay, someone got it. And what is the answer?
Yeah, multi-billion.
Multi-billion. Okay, awesome. So, so you know who won? Who was the name? Who was the name?
Nathan Hopkins.
Nathan Hopkins. All right, Nathan. Congratulations, you won this. Now, if you're looking at this new hot sauce into the future, what does this next year seem to be going for you?
Well, it's crazy because, you know, nothing has gone the way that I planned it, or I should say, I keep finding myself getting pushed, uh, like from the original to the hot version. I never really planned that. Then the wholesale market. Uh, this past spring festival season has really stunk, uh, because the weather mainly.
Okay.
And I mean, we've had so much rain here. It's just been unbelievable. But um, Arthur Schubert, I believe he's still watching.
Yes, he was on. Yeah.
I've talked with him several times, and uh, one of the things he has told me is, you've got to get away from the festivals and into wholesale more.
Okay.
And because there's a lot of people don't realize when you're doing a festival and you're out here and you're selling a bottle of sauce, say for $7 or $8, they think, wow, you're making a lot of money. There's a lot of expense that goes into doing festivals. Vending fees, electricity fees, gas to get there,
right.
Food, hotel, lodging, whatever. When you're out here and you're delivering sauce to stores wholesale, there's not a lot of expense in it. So even though you're selling the product for way less than what you're selling it at festivals, the amount of work and the investment that you put in it is nowhere near what you have to do on the retail side. So with the weather being bad like it's been, I've worked on the wholesale side, and had you told me 2 years ago that I'd be in 18 stores across the state of Alabama, I wouldn't have known what to thought. And then one store in Oregon too. Just in the last month, I've picked up 4 more locations, something like that. I've got another location that I'll be talking with again this week. I have a meeting next weekend with somebody that wants to, they have an established food product line that's branded, and they want to talk to me about private labeling my sauce and them going in and distributing to the stores that they're in down in the panhandle of Florida. Then the following week, I have an event down in Montgomery, Alabama, which is the capital of Alabama, and it's put on by the Department of Tourism for the state of Alabama. And I go in and I set up like I would be selling sauce, except I won't be selling it. People will be coming in, talking to me, and sampling my product. And they bring in gift shop owners from all over the state. And they try to put these retailers with people that are making products in Alabama.
Right.
So who knows what's going to come of that. And on top of that, it's free. State of Alabama doesn't charge me to be there. I was like, wow, sure, I'll do it. Probably about an hour and 15-minute drive. So it's, every time I get to the brink or to the edge and I think things are about to fail, all of a sudden, boom, I get another boost. It's definitely up and down ride. But it's been a good one. I definitely can't complain about that.
Well, Clark, I really appreciate you spending the time with us here. I love your sauces. You got a fantastic story. We had a lot of people had a lot of great time with you tonight, and I can't wait to see what's next for you and the Helena Pepper Company. Your Clark 7 sauce, Clark 7 Clark's Caribbean 7 sauce is an amazing sauce. People, you got to get that. Find him on Facebook at the Helena Pepper Company. Be sure and add yourself. And Clark, thank you so much for spending time with us here tonight. Everybody is just absolutely going crazy for you. And I want to, let's make a date for this again next year to see where you're at with your new sauce. How about that?
Oh, definitely. And thank you for everything you do for the industry.
Well, you're very welcome. I thoroughly enjoy it.
I really enjoy our friendship, too.
I do, too. Thank you. We've spoken a lot, and I was just telling Tracy, my wife, I can't wait to speak to you tonight. This is going to be a great show because you're such a great guy. So you hold on a minute. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody, and thank you very much for sharing your story with us. This has been a great evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Everybody have a great night. And thanks for tuning in.
Yes, exactly. All right, everybody. I want to thank everybody for coming here tonight. This is Clark is a great guy. I just thoroughly every time I talk to him, is just a fantastic guy, and it's just really fun having him on here. I want to thank Hot Sauce Willie's for sponsoring us. We've had him on the last 4 shows sponsoring us. So go to hotsaucewillies.com and get your hot sauces and spicy foods. There are all kinds of things on there. Here's the brand new release from Hot Sauce Willie's featuring Bishop Brad with Burns and McCoy, his new sauce. So check out the entire review on hotsaucewillies.com. Let me run this for you, and thank you very much.
Somebody told me that the sauce from Burns and McCoy ex Horesco would possess me.
That's hotsaucewillies.com. Thank you for sponsoring our last 4 shows. I appreciate everybody. And when everybody is out there, I want you to definitely remember Tasting the Heat. I really thank you all for showing up and being here with us. So as you remember, when you're out there, keep tasting the heat.